He was a man of quiet authority, my son's boss, a name that carried influence far beyond my world. Yet somehow, we were caught in something neither of us fully understood, and neither of us wanted to escape. Let me start at the beginning. It all began innocently. My son invited me to his office's charity gala. He often spoke highly of Mr. Callahan, disciplined, precise, undeniably charismatic. But no amount of praise prepared me for meeting him in person. He stood taller than I expected, with a calm but commanding presence. His dark eyes held a quiet intensity, and his features were sharp, softened only when he smiled. And his voice, deep and smooth, each word delivered with intention. It felt like it touched my skin. I knew I should look away. But I couldn't. From across the room, his eyes met mine, like he felt the same unexpected tension. We didn't speak much at first, but I felt his gaze throughout the evening. A subtle awareness, an unspoken connection. It was both thrilling and unsettling. Later that night, after most of the guests had left, we ended up alone on the balcony. He stood beside me, watching the city lights. "You don't belong in a place like this," he said softly. I looked at him, raising an eyebrow. "And where do I belong?" His eyes dropped momentarily before meeting mine again, a slow smile on his face. "Somewhere that doesn't hide the fire in your eyes." His words sent a shiver through me. It had been years since anyone looked at me that way, like I was something more than a mother, more than a passing face in the crowd. I should have walked away. I didn't. He reached for my hand, barely touching, testing a boundary he knew he shouldn't cross. When I didn't pull back, his fingers closed gently around mine. "I shouldn't be doing this," he murmured. "Then why are you?" I asked, my voice betraying how deeply I felt it too. "Because when you look at me, you don't see what everyone else sees." "And what do they see?" I asked. "A man who has everything." His fingers traced slow patterns on my skin. "But it means nothing when someone looks at me the way you do." In that moment, something inside me shifted. He wasn't just powerful, he was human, vulnerable. And for a second, he let me see it. He stepped closer, his body brushing against mine. "Tell me to stop, and I will." But I didn't say a word. And that silence changed everything. What followed was a blur of emotion. I told myself to ignore the feelings, to walk away. But every time I saw his name light up my phone, my heart betrayed me. He didn't pressure me, but he made it clear the connection between us was real. Then one evening, I found myself at his office again, alone. The tension between us was thick, ready to snap. He stepped forward and confessed, "I've thought about you every second since that night." "Tell me I'm not alone in this," he said. "You're not," I whispered. He touched my arm, then my waist. I leaned into him without even thinking. "This is complicated," I murmured. "I don't care," he said. "I've followed rules my whole life and none of them ever mattered like this." When he kissed me, it wasn't just passion, it was everything we'd been denying. He touched me like he meant it, like I was worth the risk. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. Afterwards, he pulled back just enough to look at me. "I know this isn't easy for you." "It's not easy for you either," I replied. "Maybe not, but I don't run from the things I want." That terrified me, because this wasn't just a fling, it was real. But real also meant complicated. My son, my life, the lines we were crossing. "I don't know how to do this," I confessed. "Then, let's figure it out together," he said. The next morning he texted me. "I meant what I said. I won't push, but I won't disappear either. And then, I'd like to see you tonight, only if you want to." My heart battled with logic, but the part of me that had felt unseen for so long answered for me. I said yes. His penthouse was breathtaking. So was the look in his eyes when he opened the door, like he'd been waiting for me as much as I had for him. We talked for hours. About life, dreams, regrets, things no one had asked me in years. He made me feel safe, seen, not as a mother or a role, but as a woman. "I know this isn't simple," he said, threading his fingers through mine, "but I also know I don't want to let this go." "Neither do I whispered. It wasn't a promise. It wasn't forever, but it was real. And as he kissed me again, gently, with aching sincerity, I knew, no matter what happened next, I wasn't ready to walk away. Maybe I never would be.